I hate to be that guy, but man, you niggas been nigging lately. We got a great show for you. We had to take a little break for the last few weeks. Had some personal issues to iron out. Had a health scare with my wife. She's doing fine. Other personal business, everything is good. We got hot topics for you. We gonna go down the street of the new Michael movie and Joe Jackson and his importance as a father. We're gonna talk about the Megan Clay situation. We're gonna talk about these NBA playoffs. But first, let me get the shout out to Cuts on Third. Shout out to my big cuz, Tommy the Barber, and my good friend the Blend God, Norris Wood, man. We celebrated their 10-year anniversary of the shop this past weekend. When I tell you the night had an aura about itself, great vibes, great conversations. It was all love. Man, look here. My spirit's still full from the involvement. But let's get back on topic. Welcome to the show. We back, episode number 5, and this is my co-host, Slaughter Steel. Tell them who you be and holler at the people, man.
Slaughter Steel on the gram. You already know what it is. That's the truck boss you just heard from. I'm Slaughter Steel. We gonna let you know what everything is right here. I hate to be that guy. Let's get into it.
But look, I hate to be that guy, but they need to hear this. What's going on, big cuz? What you got for me? Let's start this thing off right, man. It's been a long time. Like I said, I had some stuff I had to, you know, navigate and handle on the personal side because real life matters. If we're gonna be a
Yes,
show
sir.
for the people, if we're gonna be a show for the people, then personal life matter. You gotta handle your business. But go on ahead and
Already.
crank it.
All day long, man. I'm glad to hear everything good, man, and everybody okay, man. You know, I love everybody down there. You tell everybody I said what up. Give all of them my love. Shout out to the Steel family, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the Steels. The sports report goes as such. For the West Coast, the Suns beat the Golden State Warriors for the play-in spot at number 8, and then continued to get treated like a stepchild by OKC, getting swept 4-0. The Lakers passed the Rockets up. You know what I'm saying? They just skipped on past the Rockets. They ain't have a KD. But I feel like if KD was there, they still would have lost anyway, you know. But KD is a major part of anybody's team, you know what I'm saying? If he there, he going to make a difference. But the Lakers took that series 4-2. LeBron had some pretty good games. He had some pretty nice games. He put up some, he showed his IQ real nicely in that. You know what I'm saying? You can see the growth and the maturity in LeBron as he playing them games. Because I catch those Lakers games. I might not catch too many other games, but I try to catch the Lakers game. You know what I'm talking about? The Wolves skipped past the Nuggets in the 4-2 series. I ain't see too many of those games, but I know it was a lot of tension in those games because they done seen each other the past 3-4 years in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know things got a little heated, and as competitors, that's just gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? The Spurs got the Trailblazers out of here. They sent the Trailblazers packing. You know what I'm saying? You at Wembanyama, you gotta have a answer for that man. And they got a nice team over there. You know what I'm saying? They under the influence of Greg Popovich, whoever the coach is now, I'm not sure who it is, but they under the influence of Greg Popovich, I'm quite sure. You know what I'm saying? Wemby ain't look too shabby, man. That's the West Coast. For the East Coast, Philly and Boston took it down to the wire. Philly ended up taking the series 4-3. And Jaylen Brown has something to say about Joel Embiid is flopping and doing all this and that and whatever. And this basketball is gonna be physical, but if you lost, you lost. Jaylen Brown though been balling though. That's what I will say that Jaylen Brown been balling. He deserved to be the number one option, I think, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks and the Hawks, which was a good series too, but ATL just couldn't hold on. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks got that playoff experience from last year and the year before that. And then they won the in-game tournament. I don't know why everybody looking over the Knicks like they didn't win that in-game tournament. That in-game tournament counts. That's some shit to hang your hat on. You know what I'm saying? And so, boom. The Knicks take that series. Cleveland. Oh no. The Pistons had their hands full with Orlando. But they managed to scrape past, you know what I'm saying? That was in game 7, they managed to scrape past. Orlando got a pretty good young team too. They real nice. So you gotta be on the lookout for them in the future. You know what I'm saying? Don't just turn a blind eye to the Orlando Magic and think you just gonna whoop on them because they grown men. You just ain't gonna be whooping on me. I'm a motherfucking man. On the real. And then the Cavs and the Toronto Raptors, right? It looked like the Cavs had that at the beginning of the series. They was up like 2-1 or 2-0 or whatever they was up. They end up playing the game 7 and the Cavs end up beating Toronto. But Toronto also has a nice young team. And look out for them. But especially on the fishing boats, because that's where they at. Toronto on the fishing boat somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And casting it out. We'll holler at y'all next year. We'll see what y'all gonna do next year. Toast up. Back to you, Truck Boss.
I want to say this. You ran down what happened in the first round of playoffs, but it's 2 series I want to talk about. We're really 2.5. Spurs did what they need to do. We're gonna put them on the shelf right quick because I'm gonna get back to them.
Yeah.
Joker choked.
He did what?
Choked.
Oh yeah. He choked up.
You supposed to be the best player in the NBA. You supposed to be the best player in the NBA. They ain't got Ant-Man. They ain't got DiVincenzo. I forgot the other brother who was out. They had 3 like 3 of their main players. Excuse me.
Bless.
They had like 3 of their main players out. And you supposed to be the best player in the NBA. You can't get past a team with 2, 3 of their best players out. Wemby is the next great big man in the NBA. But it's a nigga that they nicknamed the process named Joel Embiid. And when they inserted him into that lineup against Boston, the series looked different. They lost the first game he came back. They was down 3-1 at that point. Them folks sweat their ass out of that. Let me tell you something. Hold on before you go. They just beat Boston. Joker just choked. Wemby is up and coming. I think people really, and I'm part of it. We have recency bias. Because he hasn't been available, I think he has became overlooked. But when healthy, he is unfuckwittable.
Who we talking about? Wemby?
Joel Embiid.
Oh, Joel Embiid.
I take him over Wemby right now. Presently constructed. Because Wemby still got learning to do. He's going to probably end up. He's probably gonna end up being better than Embiid all the time. But right now, shit, man, Philly might. I'm saying it right here. Philly might come out the East for real.
I can see that. Because look, what I was gonna say was anytime you insert a Joel Embiid into the lineup, it's gonna change your aspect of the whole thing. You got to start guarding different. You got to make different plays. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna change the whole outlook of the series. But Wembanyama, as good as he is, he too light in the ass for Joel. Joel gonna push him to the third row. You know what I'm saying? He get in that weight room, it's a different story. If he gained about 15 pounds of muscle, it's a different story. But yeah, I'm taking Joel too. But I don't know about coming out that East though. Nah, I got my eye on the Cavs. I got my eye on the Cavs. See, because look, I'm gonna explain why. The Cavs has been through the ringer, right? Not the Cavs as a team, the players on the Cavs like Spider and Harden and Jared Allen. You know what I'm saying? They seasoned veterans, and so they understand how to play with each other now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like an all-star game over there where they can just move the ball and they get into their spot and you take it and now I'm gonna take it and then you know what I'm saying, we're gonna come together and get it. So they really don't have that much playoff experience, but they can be dangerous if they get a good game or two. You know what I'm saying? So you can't count them out. I ain't gonna say they just gonna dog walk Philly, but you can't count them boys out.
You're right. But let me say this. Joel Embiid, though. Oh my God. but then,
Yeah.
they got Tyrese Maxey, who's an all-star.
Yeah, dog.
You got Paul George. Paul George is your third or fourth option. That's how good they is.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot
But
about
Joel Embiid, though.
And Paul George got in his bag one of them games. He looked like he ain't even missed a shot.
Man. And he's still an elite defender. So whoever your wing is, even if you got a superior wing, he's going to make it tough for them. Then you got a nigga from Africa named Joel Embiid. Did you see him the last 3 games?
I didn't.
My Lord, I was like, oh my God, how did I forget he existed?
Is he gotten that good?
He's been that good. He just always hurt.
Right.
So they're the 7th seed because he missed most of the season. But what did he do to win in the Olympics?
Yeah.
What did he do to Joker in the Olympics?
Yeah.
We forget that he really has a legit claim to best big man in the game. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, he's definitely one of the best. But look, I'm gonna throw it out there and I'm gonna reel it back to the what you just said, the Olympics, right? Wembanyama got still that taste in his mouth from the Olympics. He wants some revenge.
Who gave it to him?
We did.
Joel Embiid.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He still got that taste in his mouth.
We got LeBron, we got Steph, we got KD, but Embiid, man, I'm not saying Philly's going to win a championship, but I'm looking in the camera and saying, I believe if he's healthy, they are going to the NBA Finals at least.
Nice. I'll put you on that. I got 20 on Detroit.
Feel like a pussy out here.
Man,
Detroit had the best record in the East, didn't they?
and it took Orlando to have a Houston type night to beat them. They missed like
Kay
26
Cunningham
shots
was
in a row.
hurt.
Where's Boston at? Boston out east?
Kay Cunningham was hurt.
Is Boston out east?
Hey, Cunningham was playing. He's not healthy, but he was playing.
He was playing the last couple games.
He's
But what I'm saying is, them folks up on their ass, blowing them out. They went. It scored like 13 points, some weird shit in the second half. It took that to happen for them to win. Man, look here. Joel Embiid better than everybody on Orlando combined.
The difference.
No, it's not for you.
Out the back arrow. I like them young niggas, man.
Was it?
I like them young niggas. But woo, them folks just went to Boston and booked Boston in Game 7 in Boston. Historically, that don't even happen that much.
It don't.
Ooh.
Yeah, they took them through the ringer.
Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know.
They took them through the ringer, definitely.
Now, when you win a series like that, the conversation in the locker room changes to like, hey, we might be able to make some noise. To like, hey, we might be able to come out the East. The confidence grows.
Yeah.
Because make no mistake about it, Boston is fucking good. A lot of people had Boston versus OKC in that thing.
Did they?
A lot of people.
That'd have been a nice series.
Or Boston Spurs. It was Boston. Like that was when Tatum came back. But
So you got Philly coming out the East. I got Cleveland. What you saying about the West?
Realistically, OKC, but my heart wants the Spurs to go.
Your heart wants the Spurs to go?
Yeah, but realistically, OKC.
So we're going to say OKC with an honorable mention, the Spurs.
Yeah.
The Lakers going to the finals.
How?
You heard it here first.
Man, this man, boy. Hey,
They got the savvy veteran. They got the savvy veteran on their team. The Lakers going, he been to the finals 9 times in a row. He came over to the West Coast and won a chip. The man still dunking on people. He's 41 years old. He's going back to the finals.
He what?
Still dunking on people.
He's 41. I can't put them expectations. I hope you're right. He might go. But I can't put expectations of championship on a 41-year-old. I can't.
I can. He's doing it for the old school, baby.
I hope he does it. It'll be amazing. But
he's going to do it. He's always surpassed expectations. Since he was 18, he's been surpassing expectations because people didn't believe he was going to do it. Oh, he ain't going to do this. He did it. Oh, he ain't going to do this. He did it. Oh, he ain't going to get number 1 all-time scoring. He did it. He was the youngest to get to 5,000. He's the oldest to get to whatever he at now. He was the first to do both.
He got all the old men records. He got all the young men records.
Exactly.
I agree.
Okay. And he has a nice young team around him who knocked down shots now.
Finals, to say he's going to the final? I hope it happens. I hope it happens. But I can't put that on his shoulders. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I'm just taking the Lakers. You said OKC, honorable mention the Spurs. I'm telling you, ain't neither one of them going. It's the king around him. That's who's going.
Hey, that's fine with me. But out there East though, Joel Embiid.
You might have a case with the East. You might have a case in the East.
Man, I can't believe you ain't watched this. That shit was amazing.
I haven't. I was in there when every game was on, but I ain't really watched it.
Okay, enough of that, cause we'll go all night about it.
Yeah, what's next?
Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this shit. I'm
In
about
other
to do
news,
something. I'm about to do something that really has nothing to do with each other, but I want to merge it for my main topic.
let's do it.
Okay, everybody know that a hot topic on Black Twitter and Black Facebook and all that shit, and Instagram and TikTok was the Meg and Clay Thompson breakup.
Yeah,
And I see a lot of black women saying black women aren't protected. I see a lot of black women like, when are men gonna be men again? And then I see a lot of black women saying stuff like, when has black men talked so much? Y'all talk too much. Y'all always speaking on it. And then the subject I'm gonna merge with it, the new Michael movie came out, and now everybody is villainizing Joe Jackson as a man and as a father. So what
been
I'm trying to
doing
ask
it.
you, huh?
They've been doing it.
I know, but I'm saying is back at the height of the topic of conversation. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is, on one end, you asking when are men gonna be men again, and then a man's man, y'all don't like him for who he is. This man is one of, if not the greatest fathers in the 20th century. All of his children have a top 10 hit solo and as a group. It's never happened before. It won't happen again. And I ain't even mad at black people. I mean, I ain't even mad at white people because he beat the game. It wasn't supposed to happen. It did. I'm mad at black people for tearing him down. Listen to me, black people. It's a difference between whooping your children and beating your children. Them niggas didn't have to wear makeup to motherfucking cover up scars. I saw somebody say Joe Jackson and Ike Turner is basically the same nigga. Catherine doesn't have getting her ass whooped stories. Ike
Yeah, Joe
Turner may
Jackson
have
got beating
whooped.
his wife.
Man, he ain't beating blood out of them children's mouth. That nigga kept his children together because they was in Gary fucking Indiana. And then he moved them to Hollywood. And you notice about the Jacksons, ain't none of them get weird until they left his goddamn house. Hanging with them other motherfuckers. Think about what I'm saying.
Oh, I agree.
And if you're a bad father, his son broke the guitar string. He fixed the string and said, let me see what you can do. He played it. Tito in an interview said, I played that guitar better than I ever did ever again. And my brothers joined in and started singing. And a few days later, my dad, we don't know where he get the money from. He came home from work with another guitar for my brother, microphones, sound equipment, drums, keyboard. That man invested into his children's dream. What bad father do that shit? You hoes with no help don't like men. Just say that shit because ain't no way active father with all 9 of his children in the household invested into his children's dream. That nigga took a gamble. That man was working 2 jobs and singing in the club on the weekend. And said, I'm taking everything I got and I'm putting it to my boys. How the fuck is that a bad father? You bitches don't want what you want from a nigga. DMX was right. What these bitches want from a nigga?
What they don't want to be an easier question. But to piggyback on what you're saying, Joe Jackson, people always trying to paint him as a bad dude when he had to be hard on his kids because, like you said, they was in Gary, Indiana. That's a rough place. You know what I'm saying? And if you got some weak ass kids, they gonna grow up to be weak ass adults. Number one. Number two, you have to for a tree to grow, it's got to be planted first. A seed got to be planted. Without that seed, ain't no tree. Without Joe Jackson, ain't no Michael Jackson. Because to
Not at
get them
all.
on the stage and get to prepare them for the stage, he kept on telling Mike, okay, right here, Mike, look at me. Look at me. He's saying, look at me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing, like, at the beginning, I was like, oh, okay, getting them to look at him. But throughout Michael Jackson's, I wish he was allowed to hear me say it. But throughout his whole career, that's all he did was focused on the crowd. He captivated the masses. You know what I'm saying? Because his father told him that's what he needs to do. Look at me. Look at me. Without Joe Jackson, ain't no Jackson 5. Every person in his family is famous. He has grandchildren. Wait, he got grandchildren with hits. Who does that? He better than LeBron. Who does that, man? Everybody want to get that man flat. Hey, look, I'm gonna need y'all to just mind y'all business until y'all raise some billionaire performing entertainers. Then judge that man on what he doing. When y'all raise some lawyers and some doctors and whatever the fuck, then y'all can tell somebody else how to raise their kids. But yeah, man, you can't fault Joe Jackson for wanting his kids to be better than what he was. Like he told them that at the dinner table, he said, I don't want y'all boys to be nothing like me. I don't want y'all having to do this and do that and work here and work there and be nothing like I am. And they wasn't.
And name one who had a 9 to 5 in their life.
Nan one of them.
So how is he a bad dad?
He not. But I'm gonna tell you something else I didn't like either about that movie, right? When Mike did Thriller, he was living in the house. You know that? That boy was still living with his mama and daddy when he did Thriller. That's the #1 album of all time, probably.
It is.
But once he ventured out, right? What I didn't like about what his decision was is that he knows that his brothers had the same choice he had. They really didn't have a choice. They had to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like they had another skill set, you know what I'm saying, or something else they was good at because they didn't do anything else. They was children. And they was on the road singing and playing the drums and playing guitar. Damn good also. They was damn good at it because they couldn't be bad at it. They Jacksons. You know what I'm saying? But what I didn't like was when he went after the Victory Tour, he said, I'm going to do the tour, whatever. And then after the Victory Tour, he went on and did I'm Bad and all that, right? And when he in concert, you got the white lady behind you with the guitar. She's all the way back up on the stage. She playing the guitar. She's damn good, but she's not your brother. You got the background singers, 3 background singers over on the side. They not related to you. They're not your brothers. And you got the drummer, which would have been Randy. That's not your brother.
Let me say this though. To Mike's credit, I see where you're going, but to Mike's credit, he never stopped fucking with his brothers either. Every time they had to make a big major performance, he there. And you gotta think about it. At this point, he the biggest star in the world. And let me say this to the black people is also this is how good of a father Joe Jackson was to stay on subject. The Jacksons never got too big for the BET Awards. They got one of the best performances ever, and it's on the BET Awards. And Jay-Z and Beyonce punk ass don't even come to that shit. And they ain't bigger than Mike combined.
No.
But see, you gotta be grounded to do shit like that. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be rooted and grounded to do shit like that. They never was too big for the BET Awards and any black stuff like that. They was showing up and showing out like it was. We gonna make this bitch pop. They was always at the end and shit. Them boys were cold, and them boys all love them. All 6 of them, cause Randy included. All of them on point. All of them. Mike was all the time. Mike became the mega star But nigga, all them boys talented and on point and workaholics. You get that from your daddy. People are so fucking dumb. But he didn't have a childhood. How the fuck can you have a childhood when you famous at 10? Where you gonna go? I can't
You're
take you
not
to the
gonna have a
movie.
childhood.
I can't take you to the mall. We can't go out to eat. We getting chased everywhere. I tell you what, bring Mike back, give him a regular childhood. That nigga work at US Pipe. How about
He
that?
gonna be working. He gonna be working at the steel mill, exactly where his daddy didn't want him to work. That's where he gonna be at.
You had
But
an amazing fucking childhood. You was a fucking mega star as a kid. That's a great childhood. The fuck we talking about? He ain't
I don't know.
miss shit.
I don't know what their problem. I don't know what their problem is. They crack babies because they don't know no better. That's why they be thinking and talking like that because they crack babies. They don't know no better.
The problem is it's been marketed to hate the black father, and that's why I want to
That's
bring
it.
in. That's why I want to bring in the Megan Clay situation. Cause how can you ask when are men going to be men again, and then the next week you tear down a real man's man? Makes no sense to me. You see what I'm saying? It makes no
Right.
sense to me. And then women saying stuff like, men got all these opinions about women issues. How can we be your leader if we're supposed to shut the fuck up? Leaders correct everything.
Right. The problem there is that they don't want to listen to no direction. When you don't want to listen to direction, but then you still want a motherfucker to protect you, that's button heads. You can't have that. If you want my protection, you're gonna take my direction.
Direction is the first key to protect. Part of protecting you. See, a lot of people think men just supposed to just die for you. No, that's worst case scenario. That's not the scenario. Really, I'm giving you direction so all us can live. But
So we
just
can
in
survive.
case, but just in case I'll die so y'all can live. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dying for you is not the whole caveat. It's an ingredient in the whole cake. But you gotta listen to me. When I'm in the military, man, when I was in the military, we in Iraq, I gotta listen to my sergeant. He tell me do something, I gotta go do it. Cause what he telling me is so we can make our ass back to the United States to get out of this goddamn war in the Middle East. Now, if I do what he say and it still fails, then he'll step in and give his life for a friend. But what he look like dying from an ignorant ass nigga who won't listen to him. I ain't finna die because
Didn't take no direction. It's stupid.
I had a sergeant used to tell me, I'll die for you. But I ain't finna die to nobody who ain't listening to me. That's stupid. That's stupid. Listen to me. If I'm wrong, I'll die for you. But I ain't gonna just die because you ain't listening.
That's all the way done. It's okay to be a fool, just don't be no damn fool.
And don't be one your whole life either.
Exactly.
And all these people coming out, and I'm looking at the people who saying this stuff about Joe. They sure talk back to them. I don't know what to do with this boy. He just won't listen. I wonder why. Like, what we talking about, man? Like, you gotta have a discipline. Then this man born like when was Joe Jackson born? Let me see right quick. Excuse me.
Where was he
Joe
born? I'm
Jackson.
gonna put my money on Mississippi.
No, I'm saying I said when.
Oh,
And then MB is
50.
showing out tonight, buddy.
Joe Jackson born in Arkansas in 1928. That's how men was raised in families.
1928. Ooh.
You know what kind of man that is? That's how you raised your family back then. I'm gonna whoop your ass if you wrong. What we talking
Exactly.
about?
Exactly. Until you get it right.
I saw him in an interview, and they were asking about him beating his children. He said, "I never beat none one of my children. Michael never got a beating. You know what a beating is? Beating is torture. If my children were wrong, I whipped them." And he said, to be honest with you, I was working 2 jobs raising 9 children. I was going 18 hours a day. Catherine whooped them more than me. And she laughed when he said that. He said, imagine me coming home from working 18 hours and got to be back to work in about 6 hours when I get there. And she like, Michael did this, Jermaine did this, Tito did this, Jackie did this, and Reba did this, and Latoya did this. You need to get them. What? I'm gonna go whoop them because I gotta lay down. I want to lay mama mouth. I said, man, that's some real nigga shit.
You sure?
I left one job, then he come home. I went to another job. And y'all around here fucking up. And your mama get on my goddamn nerve. Talk
That's
about y'all.
It's a lot of weight on the man's shoulders, man. Don't nobody never ask the strong person how they doing. You know what I'm saying? They just assume that they doing all right because they strong. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have a certain resilience.
I got a saying, it's hard being God.
Mm-hmm.
Now a lot of people they'll try to make it literal and be like, well, you're not the God. Of course I'm not the creator of the universe, bitch. Shut up. But
It's
what
a
I'm
piece
saying
of God
is,
in you, though.
absolutely. And in my immediate control, the people I created, the family I created, I am the functioning reason while it's going. That's God. It's hard being God. Or if you want to translate it to a better saying, uneasy is the head that wears the crown. This man had to work 2 jobs, 18 hours a day, and y'all fucking up. The kitchen ain't clean. Y'all niggas been broke some. Cause you know children gonna be children. You got 6 boys. Them niggas wrestling like a motherfucker. Trust me. I got 4. Trust me. And I ain't got nail mic in that mother.
Hey, but you know what? The good thing about everything that happened before is that we know how to talk and discipline our children now. It's things that you can do because I don't really agree with everything our parents did to discipline us because it wasn't right because they got that from slave shit. You know what I'm saying? But we know now how to talk and discipline our kids, but you still have to have the discipline. It's women out here that can't tell their son nothing. He didn't got tired. He didn't got taller than you. He more muscular. He's smelling himself. You can't tell that man shit. He needed discipline when he was this height, so he could have it when he that height. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have to even worry about it. All you have to do is say it out your mouth.
See, the problem is, and you're right about that. The problem is they weren't saying that when they were, like you said, this height. Now that this nigga is 6'3" at 14.
Now you want to tell him what to do.
Come on, man. This nigga can break your door down if he want to. And another problem is they get in the way of the daddy saying something to the boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My old lady, my wife, I had to have a conversation with her. Like, get out my business when I'm checking my sons. I ain't raising no weak ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Cause she will interject sometimes. Like she might be walking in the house while I'm mid discipline, whether it be a whooping or a real stern talking to, and she'll say shit like, "What he did, it don't matter. You know he fucked up because I ain't just wasting my time talking to him or whooping him."
Right.
I ain't never walked in the house and he was getting whooping, and I'm saying, what you whooping him for? I said, see, what you doing right now is you implicating that you in charge of me. And that ain't the motherfucking truth. I'm in charge of everybody here. So quit interjecting yourself because you lowering my stock per se. I'm in charge. That ain't chauvinistic. That's not misogynistic. That's the way God designed it. First of all, it is a two-player game out here. He designed man and woman. We need that masculine energy and we need that female energy. But we got
Right.
two different roles out here too. That's why I don't like women be like, why y'all can do this and we can't do that? Shut up, bitch. You ain't designed like me.
Because you can't whoop me. That's what I tell them. Because you can't whoop me. If you whoop
I ain't
me,
going there, but that's
then
what
I'll
it boiled
listen.
down to for real. That's what it boiled down to for real.
I know. Because you can't whoop me. And I can whoop you if I wanted to. That's why I'm in charge. That's why you should be listening to me. I mean, if you
I
whoop
mean,
me, I'll listen to you. But you're not.
you can't.
You can't.
You you
So
you can't.
ain't nothing you can do that's gonna hurt me. So
But
let's go.
I ain't even gonna go into that part though, because I don't want to come off the wrong way. Let me stay.
That's just the way.
I get what you're saying, but let me try to make the point and still stay in the politically correct lane. We got two
Yeah.
different roles. We got two different roles in life. Women are nurturers, and we are protectors and providers.
Right.
Part, like you said, part of my protection is direction. I'm not doing nothing to hurt now one of these boys. This is direction I'm giving him right now. Because I may need, once my boys become men, I might need their help in a scenario. And if you old weak ass nigga, how you gonna help me?
Okay.
You growing up want to be like your motherfucking mama. Boy, please, that's up to your sister to do that. Ain't no
Talk about
problem with having agreements. Ain't no problem. And see, we've had this conversation offline, and we won't get into too many details, but I will say this: we still saw men in action, so we don't overly value the woman more than the man. You know what I'm saying?
it. Right.
I know what a daddy is for real. Thank God I had that. I know what a loving mother is for real. Thank God I had that. But God decided that I need a penis. So I'm going to act more like him. And even though I call my mama more than him, when it's some man shit, guess who number I'm calling? And if he don't answer the phone, I might call her and be like, where your husband at? Why he ain't picking his phone up? I call him back to back. But he ain't never
Right.
laying down. Tell him I need him to get up. I need him to get up. I got something to talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I think in our community, especially, the reason it's in chaos. People want to blame the president. They want to blame the mayor, the county commissioner, the governor. Man, ain't none of them folks' fault. Your hood fucked up. It's our fault. We put the men in the back and the women in the front. Man, you can't ask
Well,
men. You
I
cannot
won't go
ask
that
men.
far. I won't go that
No,
far. I think it got something to do with, the government trying to demasculate the black man. I do think that.
I don't believe it. I'm gonna tell you why. Hear me out. Hear me out. It's the woman buying into that narrative. The men ain't hearing
Exactly.
that shit. So what I'm saying is the men ain't hearing that shit. We as a community put the woman in the front. That's our fault. We ain't listening to that shit. We gotta step back and say, get back behind me. I got this. And
Right.
everybody who don't want to listen, we're gonna cut you off. How about that? That's what we
I'm with
gotta
that.
do, in my opinion.
I'm with that actually. I drink to that actually.
And I'll think to that.
I like that. On the real.
What else you got for me, cuz?
Uh, I
One
don't
more
know.
topic before we get up out of here.
One more time before we get up out of here. Let me see. Cause I had something. Oh, good decisions and bad decisions. We all have the choice to make both, right? So what I want to, in closing and going out of here, leaving this motherfucker, I want to stress to my people or our people when they should make good decisions and to try not to make bad decisions because they're going to affect you. Bad decisions can give you a lifelong consequence in a second. And I, you know what I'm saying? I was listening to the radio, and this lady in New York, right? She threw a stick of dynamite into the bedroom with her boyfriend, right? He tries to pick it up and throw it out the window and blow his hand off. She got 25 years, but he ain't got no hand. Cause fool, this ain't no motherfucking cartoon. This ain't no Acme Road Runner shit. You should have put the mattress on the damn dynamite. Like, get the fuck as something. You ain't do nothing. Come on, man. But her bad decision, she ain't do her jail math because she was mad in that moment. And so she threw the stick of dynamite in the room. But now that costs you 25 years of your life. You're going to be in jail. So make some good decisions. Don't make no bad decisions. Don't make no dumb decisions.
How old is she?
I hope she young enough to get out, but she probably not.
She probably not.
I think her name is
She probably gonna die in that bitch. She probably gonna die in that bitch because you mad he stuck his dick somewhere else. Boy, bitches is hilarious, lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey man. Hey, I wanna piggyback on that topic. Good decisions and bad decisions. I'm not even gonna go relationship wise. Let me tell you something. In 2015, I had to go to band camp. Everybody who don't know what band camp is, just make good decisions. You won't have to go. How about that? But in that time, during that time, I realized I was my main problem in life.
Yeah.
And from that moment on, my life has been on an upward trajectory because everybody want to claim. I've said this before, and it's on our page on short. But everybody want to claim self-made when they're up. Nobody claims self-made when they're down. Self-made is really a two-way street. So when I'm doing good, it's my fault. When I'm doing bad, it's my fault. Every day, I make a conscious effort to try to be at least better than I was yesterday.
Yeah.
The Christian Bible tells you the steps of the righteous man are ordered by the Lord. So what I mean when I say that, you have to make calculated decisions. That's being a man. You have to make sound decisions. That's being a man. You have to think about A through Z when you make such decision. That's being a man. All the women asking about where the real men at, we out here, but we ain't fucking with the foolery. I'm not going around no clown shit because I ain't got time for it.
You know who that sound like though too?
Say what now?
Joe Jackson. Shout out to Joe Jackson. Episode 4. Episode 4 called Joe Jackson, baby.
You goddamn right. Joe Jackson. Listen here. Joe Jackson, Deion Sanders, and LeVar Ball. Them some great ass balls.
LeVar Ball.
Man, these dudes invested in their children and they real dads and they protected them. They are not, man. Hold on, let me say this. Joe was about to fight the media for playing with Mike Name when he had them charges. That man was an old man and finna fight them folks. And then his son stepped up with him. They're like, y'all ain't finna touch my daddy. That don't seem like he's hated. When that man was going to court, Joe was with him every day. That sounds like a good father.
Honorable mention to Bill Cosby and the Cosby Show.
Woo! The, the thoughts and views of Slaughter Steel are his and his alone. They are not the thoughts and views of Titty the Truck Boss. And I
Without
hate to
the
be that
pills.
goddamn
Without the pills, though.
podcast.
No pills. No pills. No mirk.
That boy
No.
brought up that boy brought up Keto Cosby.
But hold on. I know somebody else who be cooking barbecue. He cook good as fuck. He probably the best barbecue in Birmingham. What do he call himself? Damn. Grill Cosby.
Mr. Pull Pork.
Nah, he call himself Grill Cosby. You know, buddy?
I don't know him. Look, because I am him.
I know.
I call myself, well, first of all, the nickname was gay. Shout out to my big homie Stacy. He gave me that. But they call me Grill Cosby because once you eat it, you're going to sleep. You know what I'm talking about?
And the pudding goes on.
Hey man, Ep.4 we about this bitch Slaughter Steel. Hey, you